What is up, guys? Welcome, welcome. AI, what's going on? Eller, what's going on, brother? How you guys doing today? There you go, right there, bro. Motivation. Just keep grinding until you get to that spot, right? Until all this pays off. I completely understand. Right there with you. Metallica, what's going on, brother? How's everybody doing today? Oh man. All right, it's all right. Something's lagged out on my Yahoo my YouTube, and it's not showing me the chat. Oh, there it is. Nice. All right. Can't stop me, YouTube. So how's everybody doing today? What a boring day today, right? Or was it? Did some good swing trading today, made some good money, but ended up getting hit. I'm going to tell you guys what happened to me today. We'll talk about it in a little while, but while we are starting, welcome guys. I hope everybody had a great day, and let's jump right into this. So, Milady, the main topic, sitting around 53 today, right? Nothing too crazy, nothing much, just kind of chopping around. I haven't even checked the volume or anything today, and I'm sure it is probably relatively low just because we had one of those days today where just not much happened, right? Not much happened in the market. Bitcoin's really been hovering around $40,000. You can see for Milady right now, we are market cap around 39 million. Yesterday we were at about 40, so we are down slightly, about 2%. Volume's up slightly at around 1.5%, but kind of like what I'm saying, not much going on today with Milady, which honestly could be a good thing, right? Could be honestly a good thing. We'd rather have days like this than maybe days where, we see consistent days where it's just, it's bloodbaths, right? Dips here and there, not bad, right, for us to accumulate. But days like this, it is what it is, right? I've been looking at Milady, but I've been so like with my swing trading for Solana and stuff like that and Bitcoin that I keep an eye on Milady, but I've been focused like on the small swings that Bitcoin and Solana have been doing all day. So, excuse me. So, let's see here. You can see I'm thinking this is Milady's chart. This is actually Solana's. I'm actually been watching the hell out of this, catching these swings. If you guys know, I've been doing a lot of leverage trading, small increments, but just catching a lot of these swings. Believe it or not, these are small swings, right? I mean, I'm zoomed in on the 45-minute right here, and you can see today we topped out for Solana around $89, and we were trading in between $89 and $85, right? Small swings, but man, if you're 100x leveraging, these are like 100, 200% moves right here if you can catch them at the right time. So keep that in mind. But let's see here. So a couple things for the market today. Let's check out the crypto bubbles and see for the hour. Things are, not too bad. Everything's looking kind of green, kind of a mixed bag. If we look at the day, though, looking at the day, you can see that it's majority red is what it looks like. There are some bigger moves for some of these greens, like IOTA, up 11%. Chills is up 12%. You can see Bunk is up 3%. You guys can see Optimism or whatever it is. Optimum is up about 2.8%. Near, a couple of them not doing too bad, but majority of the market really is just stagnant because you can see even in the red, other than maybe like Sui, Ordinals, Manta, a couple other of these projects that are down, 8 to 10%. A lot of these projects you can see they're small bubbles. They're around 1 to 3% down. So nothing too crazy. What was I going to get to? Oh yeah. So as far as like Milady, we've been seeing, like I just said, just sideways action really today. Just one of those boring days where, it's like if you really wanted to take a day off from looking at the charts, today was it right here. Because there just wasn't much happening. There was really nothing much happening. Bitcoin, we'll go look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin today, and this is zoomed in at the 45 minutes. So just looking at what we've seen today, you guys can see we tried to have, this was actually yesterday when we tried to have this breakout at around 40,500. We weren't even able to make our way up towards where we have this resistance lined up. Was support, most likely going to be resistance right here at the 40,600, just a little shy at the 40,500. But since then, it's really, I mean, earlier we topped out for today at around 40,200, but we keep getting rejected, right? We keep getting rejected. Got word that, Grayscale most likely is not technically done yet. They've been still moving assets over to their Coinbase wallets. Now, we didn't get confirmation today. We did not get confirmation that they sold, but I believe yesterday they did sell more Bitcoin as of yesterday. So, the sell pressure is still, it's you could tell that it's dialed down a lot since maybe like about 10 days ago when we were seeing like these dramatic moves all the way from 49 down to 39. Obviously, there was some big sell pressure there, right? But you can still see that there's just something holding us down. 1, 2, there's just a lot of FUD out there right now. There's just a lot of FUD. You have these analysts coming out, calling for a $30,000 Bitcoin, and this and that, which we've already mapped it out over and over, and we're not going to spend any time today doing it because we've already looked at it, right? If you guys have been following the streams, we have been looking at it, and darn it, I'll go over it one more time, just real quick. So as far as Bitcoin and bull markets run, right, we already know how it works, right? We have these moves where everything will be euphoric, will be moving up, and there's a 30 something percent drop. Sometimes it's 30, 25% drop on our way up, right? We bounce down. Everybody is calling for, whatever low numbers of Bitcoin, and then it psychs it out. We make a new high, another 20, 25% drop, and so be it, right? So as we are moving, you can see we're not going to the charts aren't going to look exactly T to T, right? But you're going to see almost the same swings happening when we're making our way up. We're going to have these 10 or maybe 20% drops, on our way up. And eventually, either the sell pressure will end or whatever the case may be, but something's going to drive us where we're going to go and make new highs. And that's going to happen here. We just don't know how long we're going to sit in this little downward spiral that we're in right now, right? And it's turned into a sideways action, honestly. I feel like majority of the sell has been done. Now, we could wake up tomorrow and we're down, another, 5% on Bitcoin, and alts are hit 15, 20%, right? Easily could happen. But from what it looks like is majority of the sell pressure is down. We're most likely going to kind of teeter-totter in between what we have right here. And you can kind of see we're basically sitting in between this support at around 39.4 and this resistance right here at around 40,006. We're going to probably sit around here for a little while, most likely. And then, like I said, something's going to give. When we go sideways for a little while, something gives and we end up having some kind of a move. So hopefully it's going to be that upward move and we can get back to where we were and blast off and fly past that 48, 49,000 mark that really dropped us from, a few weeks ago. But let's see here. MC said, "What's up?" And he's calling for. He says he's calling for a breakout overnight. That's a pretty bold statement, MC. Pretty bold statement. Make sure you're here tomorrow so we can kind of either we'll ask you where's your crystal ball if it happens, or we're gonna ridicule you, and we're gonna sit here and ask you what the hell you're talking about. Just kidding. No, but seriously, who knows? We'll check it out tomorrow. Obviously, we'll be here back at the same time, and we'll have to see exactly. Now, what is your theory behind the breakout? You can't just call out, oh, there's going to be a pump. What's your theory behind it? Like, what do you see in the charts? What am I missing here? Or what are you hearing from your big friends? Metallica is saying, ladies looks like it's just wanting to skyrocket but keeps being pulled down. Wait for the slingshot effect. I've been calling for that for a while, right? For these last few weeks, I've been telling you guys, the fact that, and what backs my thesis on the fact that we're going to probably shoot up fast whenever the market picks back up is the fact that, our market cap is so low. And I feel like a broken record continuously telling you guys this, but, it's facts are facts. Numbers are numbers, right? Numbers don't lie. And we're at such a small market cap. We're building up this community, and not just we as in, in this channel, but the whole, Milady community out there is just getting bigger and bigger by the day. Maybe we're not exploding, jumping up, thousands of wallets every day, but we will. We will. Guarantee it. So, I'm right there with you saying that when we do start taking off, it's going to be fast, just like it was, 6 weeks ago when we were just taking off, and within a week we were up 300%. So let's see here. Nico, what's going on? Going to the moon in a few months from now. Exactly. For sure. Metallica said, did you see where the BTC seized from Silk Road is going to be sold soon? No, I didn't see that. And we're going to check out some news articles. Maybe we'll run into that. And Sean was saying XRP is due to explode. We'll check out XRP. I told you guys yesterday, I remember saying it. XRP is kind of like, reminds me of Cardano, right? Reminds me of Cardano, and I'm not saying on the utility-wise or whatever. They're both great projects, right? Honestly, both great projects. But what I'm saying is the price action. Cardano usually goes dormant. Everybody freaking just writes it off, and even sometimes the market will pump, and Cardano really is stagnant where it's moving, but it's a lot slower than all the other projects, and then out of nowhere just shoots up and starts flying up. XRP, I think, is going to be like that this bull run, where a lot of people right now are writing off XRP because it's sitting, and we'll look it up right here, but it's sitting at 51 cents, right? It's literally tapped this support that I've put on here multiple times at that 49.6. That's a good spot if you guys are looking to accumulate 49.6 right here. But what I'm saying is just like Cardano, where a lot of people are writing off Cardano. XRP is going to just come out of nowhere, out of left field, and it's going to just start taking off out of nowhere. And then, mark my words, because all of us in crypto are just like it. Or at least a lot of people are like it, right? I say I include myself. I'm really not in that boat, but I'll go with it. And it's like everybody writes off a certain project like XRP, it'll explode, and then everybody and their mother are going to be talking about XRP again, 4 months down the road when it's literally on the door of $1. And then now you're going to hear those crazy estimates again. XRP $5. I don't know if you guys remember this a year ago, or not even a year ago, when they won the case, people were literally calling for a $500 XRP. I was like, bro, it's not physically possible for a $500 XRP unless they burn 90% of whatever's in circulation right now. That's the only way that that freaking XRP would go up to $500. But obviously we all know XRP is going to go to $1, right? We all know that. If you think it won't go to $1, you're freaking nuts, right? But what about $3? What about $5, right? Those are all price predictions that are reasonable, that definitely can happen in this next bull run, right? So definitely a sleeper right here for XRP for sure. So Soul said, hit the likes, fellows and ladies. We might have some ladies in the house. Make sure you guys hit that like, though. I really appreciate it. We got 20 people in here and only 10 likes. That's it. I'm done. I'm done, guys. I'm only here for the likes. Just kidding. Make sure you guys hit that like, though. Metallica was saying too much market manipulation. I agree right now. I don't know if it's manipulation or just too much sell pressure right now and FUD out there, right? We're just in one of those little wormholes right now that we seem to go into every 4 to 5 months. We'll sit in it for a little while and then something will give. Sean said bags are packed for Milady and XRP. Nico said, I know you like XRP, but Milady will take off much faster. Nico, honestly, I don't hold any XRP. I cover it because it's a solid project. I don't honestly hold any XRP. I told you guys, I said this. I don't know if you guys because I haven't said it much and it's probably been a while, but I honestly, the only way I'll start accumulating XRP is if it, for whatever reason, drop down towards anything under about 42 cents. So, because the 42-cent mark is where it really likes to sit, around that 45 cent. If it can drop anything under there, which I know it's not going to most likely, but if it did, I would probably start adding a bag of XRP for the hell of it, just to get, right? And you're like, well, it's only at 51 cents, it's not far. Yeah, but if it drops down to 45 cents, that's a 10-15% discount from where it's at right now. So That's pretty much what I'm putting it at. If it drops down to there, I'll accumulate. But honestly, I could care less if I have any XRP in my bag. I know it's going to do well, but just like you said, Nico, I have a big bag of XRP of Milady's, and I know this thing is probably gonna have better gains. Might not get as big as the market cap. We hope it gets to an XRP market cap, right? But it might not get all the way up, as far as where XRP's market cap's going to get in this next bull run. But as far as gains, comparison, Ladies is most likely is poised to have a lot better gains than most projects in crypto, right? I mean, obviously, we're not comparing them to the little, $1 million market cap DeFi's and stuff like that. But as far as like meme coins, like the top players in the meme coins, Ladies is probably the smallest market cap that you're going to find that's on major exchanges right now. So, I mean, the odds of Milady actually getting better gains than a lot of these other even meme coins is higher. Now, like I keep telling you guys, if we get that win the win on our back, and I mean the hype, and that volume starts coming in, and we build off of that, and then we start seeing like just the traders coming in. A lot more people covering Ladies on YouTube, and just it starts getting released on other exchanges like Binance, Coinbase. That would be a recipe for I'm telling you guys, for a $10 to $20 billion market cap in this next bull run for Ladies. Will it stay at $10 or $20 billion? Highly doubt it, because just like all the other meme coins, even if they have, they at their high, they get up to 20 or 40 billion dollars, Shiba, Doge, they get up there, they don't stay there for long, but they still hold value because Doge and Shiba are still billion-dollar market caps, right? They stayed in the top 10 for the last 3 years, I believe. I mean, finally, I think they just came out. I haven't even checked. We actually can look that up right now for the top 10. Let's see here. Where's so you can see the top 10. So Doge is still holding in the top 10 right here at number 10. Doge is at $11 billion market cap, which isn't terrible, right? The fact that, a lot of people hold Doge still from 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. They're still holding on to Doge, which is absolutely nuts. But you can see Shiba has dropped out of the top 10 at around 17. But one thing I will say is Shiba has dropped in market cap, right? But really, when Shiba was up here at around the 10, 11 mark, it was at about $6 billion. What's happened is a lot of these other projects have come in and actually moved it out of its way. Like Chainlink has jumped up in the last year a lot. Tron Coin has come up a very much. Polygon has moved up a lot, even though it's down on the yearly. It's the market cap has moved up like crazy. Avalanche was not in the top 10. You go back a year ago, certain things like that have also moved Shiba out of the way, right? So actually, Internet Computer ICP is about to take Shiba out here soon, it looks like, and they most likely will. And that's what I was telling you guys. As far as the new day and age for meme coins, I'm not saying that Shiba and Doge are not going to be, big players in the game. I just think that they're going to have to step aside for a lot of these new projects like Milady, Bunk, and a couple other meme coins most likely are going to come and take their spot in the market caps. So, and hopefully, Milady is one of them for sure. So, let's see here. Cryptographer is there a way to check the volume of shorts on BTC orders? I don't think BlackRock has found their entry point yet for ETFs. Whether the market goes up or goes down is depending on that, in my opinion. So a couple of things. And there's an article, actually. I think there was an article. We can see there is somewhere where we can check to see the shorts. I don't know about short orders, but I'm pretty sure we can see, as far as the shorts, the volume for shorts and longs for any project, right, on the crypto market. I can pull that up. But real quick, there was something on here. Oh, okay. This is JP Morgan. Okay, I was looking at. I thought it was for whatever reason I was thinking it was BlackRock, but it's JP Morgan analysts downgrade Coinbase shares to underweight, citing impact of spot Bitcoin ETFs. So you can see. So like JP Morgan has been selling off their Coinbase stock, right? Because Coinbase is actually up for the year. So they've been selling their Coinbase stock so they can basically almost the same thing as what Grayscale's doing for their backing of the ETF. So instead of them selling their Bitcoin, they're selling other assets like Coinbase, which we wish Grayscale would do the same thing. They should take note instead of freaking crashing the market. But Grayscale continues to sell off their Bitcoin, and they're not selling. They still have like 500,000 Bitcoin, which is outrageous. But they've sold 1.5 billion in the last like week or 2 weeks now. So it's caused a big sell pressure. But we'll read this article real quick. So JP Morgan analysts have downgraded Coinbase shares from neutral to underweight, causing a 5% drop in the stock's value during the pre-market trading on Tuesday. Let's see here. The analysts have also established a price target of $80 per share, indicating a significant downside risk of over 37% from the current share price. The decision to downgrade Coinbase stems from concerns about the company's prospects in 2024 and speculation regarding the potential impact of recent approved Bitcoin exchanges traded funds ETF, according to the CNBC report. The downgrade by JP Morgan comes at a time when market participants are evaluating the effects of the newly launched Bitcoin ETF on the overall cryptocurrency ecosystem. So I don't know what the hell all that really, comes to, but it sounds like it's pretty much the same thing that Grayscale is pretty much doing right now, right? They're pretty much freeing up funds to back up their ETF, and they're at least finding other ways of doing it through Coinbase. Maybe they have, because I don't know anything about JP Morgan's holding as far as how much they're holding on for Bitcoin. We all know that Grayscale is one of the top wallets for Bitcoin, so they're holding a massive amount. So they're looking at it as, like I was saying this before, they probably were accumulating a lot during this last downfall. And I mean like a year or 2 years ago when Bitcoin was down in the teens, in the 20s, even in the 30s. So right now, Grayscale is looking at it as, well, we can gain capital, right? We can get liquidity, and we also can make profit by selling some of this Bitcoin that we were accumulating in this last bear market for the last 2 years. So you can see right here, JP Morgan is going a different route, and they're actually selling their Coinbase shares, which is still up. Just like how Bitcoin's been moving, Coinbase technically has been doing pretty well in the last year as well. So, I saw something today where someone was saying, what if BlackRock starts doing the same thing, right? What if all the top 10, the top 11 ETF, the people that are holding the ETFs have to get more liquidity for their ETFs, and they start selling off on Bitcoin? It could honestly cause a big sell pressure, something that we probably haven't seen in a while. Now, I'm not, spreading FUD or anything. I'm just saying, the fact that you saw this ETF get released, everybody was thinking this was going to be great. And short term, we're looking and seeing that, it's not the best for the market now, because there's a lot of market manipulation. There's a lot of sell pressure, and it's coming from the actual institutions that were approved for their ETFs. They're actually selling. They're selling chunks of their Bitcoin now in the name of their ETF. So what if BlackRock is one of the biggest holders, if not the biggest holder of Bitcoin? What if they need to do this? Hopefully they don't, because obviously BlackRock manages trillions of dollars of funds, right? I mean, their Bitcoin is probably 2%, of their whole, everything that they have as far as, funds. So hopefully they don't need to sell off their Bitcoin particularly, but it just kind of brings up that question of, what if any other of these big institutions need to do the same thing that Grayscale is doing? It could honestly cause more sell pressure, or They could be waiting until we hit, new highs again, get up to 50,000, 60,000, and then they start selling off again. So, this is all just a bunch of stuff that we really didn't think about. Maybe some people did, but not all of us were thinking about before the fact of these ETFs. We were just thinking, it's going to be great. It's going to be great, right? And then, now after the fact, we're kind of looking at it and we're like, all right, well, maybe wasn't the best for crypto. Can we just get back to our, just the retail and some big investments or big institutions that are in crypto, but keep it kind of small town feel? Now we're playing with the big boys in stock market, and they're gonna, they're always gonna want they're always gonna want to come out on top. So, Metallica said, "Holy Arbitrum's just starting to take off from nowhere. I haven't been looking at the charts much today, but Arbitrum was boring. Just got very exciting. Let's check out Arbitrum 173. Where's this takeoff that you speak of? I see a little W pattern forming. I see a little W pattern. So you saw we dropped right here down to $1.54. You can see, and now we're kind of coming up, but it is coming up to some solid resistance, which is going to be, you can see this 200-day SMA moving average right here, which is going to be about $1.78. Mark my words, it is going to definitely keep hitting its head on this 200-day for right now. It's going to need to pretty much tap this 200-day a few times before it's going to break. And that's going to be pretty much right there at that 178, 179. But, I can see a beautiful W pattern forming. So it is going to probably make its way up to 178, 179 before probably getting rejected temporarily right now. Die, what's going on, brother, man? So let's see here. Sean said, yeah, Jamie Dimon talked trash about crypto. Yeah. Yep, most of us saw that on the news. Cryptographer said, I don't think BR will sell off. BlackRock, they're projecting hawkish news. That means they're buying. I believe that in a sense, but at the same time, don't you think that all these big institutions, right? They're worth trillions of dollars. They're worth billions of dollars. Don't you think they've been accumulating for the last 2 years? Right? Don't you? I mean, they've literally been accumulating at half the price that we're at right now. So, I believe it in a sense, but at the same time, I don't think that they're trying to hold the markets down because they're accumulating right now. I really don't think that they're accumulating right now. I think the only thing that's really holding us up right now against the sell pressure is majority retail investors. Retail investors are still holding on to the to that narrative that we're still in this, we're at the beginning of this bull market, and we're definitely going to continue to move. We have the halvening coming. We have like I always keep telling you guys, we have a lot of stuff coming. So retail is the one that's really holding on. I don't think that these big institutions are buying or accumulating, because the markets will reflect that. What the markets are reflecting is that we have been seeing some solid sell pressure in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So Dai said the government is about to sell some Bitcoin. Are they about to start selling again? Dai, is this all stemming back from, you guys remember that big hack up in New York where these people literally had $4 billion worth of Bitcoin that the government seized? The government seized $4 billion worth of these from these people. I'm talking about a lady and a guy. You wouldn't even think these people hacked over $4 billion of freaking Bitcoin, and the government seized it. And they were selling off last year. I remember they were selling off increments of 10,000 Bitcoin every other week or something like that. But I wonder if they're going to start selling again. Where are you getting this info though? Where are you getting this info? Let me know. I'll pull it up. So let's see here. So Metallica said, when it's all said and done, we're all millionaires. We need to rent a venue in Florida, and we're having a big ass party. Dai said, me and Crypto Foot already in Florida. Yep, we are in Florida. Is Milady in Arbitrum ecosystem? Sean, yes, it is. Yes. So Milady. So two things. Arbitrum is a layer 2 on Ethereum's ecosystem. So Milady, technically, you can technically say it's on Ethereum and Arbitrum. So we definitely want to see Arbitrum do good. It's going to help Milady on in the long run, because Arbitrum, like I said, I've always been telling you guys on the deck screener. If you guys look today, Solana, their DeFi volume is about 390 million, and Arbitrum's about 350 million. So Arbitrum's been really kicking ass lately. They yesterday, I think they even had more volume than Solana for Arbitrum, but it doesn't get the publicity like Solana is. But you guys just wait. Arbitrum's going to start probably dropping some big meme coins that people are going to start noticing. I'm sure there's massive meme coins already all on Arbitrum, but people are going to start noticing them. All they need is a couple big projects like Bunk, and like a Pepe and stuff like that come off of their ecosystem. And watch, you're going to see Arbitrum's price action start shooting up, but you're also going to see a lot of the ecosystem on Arbitrum start moving, and hopefully Milady can ride that wave as well. So Prodigy said, I'm in Florida as well. Sean said, I'm in Florida. It looks like a bunch of people are from Florida in here. That's nice. Ox, I haven't seen you in here in a while, brother. What's going on? Oh, okay. So yeah, I saw that they have to go. I see that they have got to go ahead and sell the Bitcoin seized from Silk Road. Okay, so Metallica was saying that. All right. I see what you're saying. And let's see here. Solana meme coin been fun as hell. I'm not saying as fun to get in. I mean, like 7,000% in a day coins. Yeah, but I'm pissed off at Solana today, bro. I am mad. So today, I freaking buy in on a project. This rug pull ass shit right here, dude. I buy in on this project, right? You know what the liquidity was at? $200,000 liquidity. Market cap was at like 200,000 or 300,000, right? I buy in, bro. I'm not even lying to you. I go and take a shower. For like 15 minutes, and I come back, and this is what it looks like. A freaking rug pull, dude. I ain't giving up on DeFi whatsoever. I'm just like over the whole shit, bro. Like, I wish that they could, honestly, I wish that if someone creates a coin, they are not allowed to pull the liquidity for at least 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? I wish that they had some kind of rules like that. And it would prevent a lot of these freaking scammers that are, I mean, bro, look at this. You go over to, in here, they have a freaking official website. Look at this, pre-sale. They have a freaking website. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people went all out for a 20-minute chart and stole like God knows how much money from everybody. Like, it is insane, dude. It's really insane. I tip my hat to these people because they probably are making a killing every day. Thankfully, it wasn't too much that I put in, but it's still just, when you see that get rugged under you, it's just like, you're like, damn, dude. Like, it sucks. It really does suck. It does suck. So I'm honestly sticking to what I know. Leverage trading on Solana is usually what I know, because I watch these charts all day, and I know if I get liquidated on my leverage trading, it's because I made a bad move at the time. But I didn't just sit there and put money into a freaking coin that someone created, and all they did was push two buttons and just liquefied everybody that just invested in that project, because that's just stealing, obviously, right? So it was dumb for me to even buy into it, but at the same time, it pisses me off. Honestly. So that's my rant for the day. That's my rant for today about Solana and the rug pulls and the Wild West of DeFi. Yeah, Ox. He said loss always makes for a comeback. You'll be good. Yeah, I mean, I'm not tripping about it, dude. I'm not tripping. I actually, like I said, I've been doing leverage trading all day, so it didn't even out. I think I'm still. Actually, I might be down for today. Honestly, I don't remember. I don't know exactly. I did so much freaking trading, but it just it took a chunk out of my my money today. Right. I actually did jump in on a trade earlier. Got liquidated within like 2 minutes of me buying in, right? Bought in, and I was like, Solana sky jumped up real fast, and let's go to it. Solana jumped up real fast. Let me see here. I gotta go to like the daily chart and show you guys. So I jump in on Solana. I don't remember which pump it was. I think it was like right here. Solana, so I'm looking right here, and Solana jumps up right out of nowhere, just forms this enormous green candle, right? Well, I jump in like right here because it literally made this enormous green candle. I jump in. Yeah, this was the candle. I jump in like right around here to short because I was like, all right, we're up for the day. This is pretty much where we've been at, around 89, about 88. So I jumped in to short. I mean, this thing, like, literally, it paused, let me go through my transaction, and then shot up right to where, like, my liquidation zone was at, like, 88.16, and it went up to 88.19 right here. Got liquidated. I was like, oh, crap. I threw double in right there. I threw double in. I was like, shit. I threw double in right here because I was like, what I did was I ended up grabbing the short too early. I ended up grabbing the short way too early, and I didn't let this candle form and let the wick jump. So right when it jumped up to like 88.19, I threw a short in and rode it all. I was so pissed. I was like, I ain't selling until I get all my money back, and rode it down to the orange right here, which was the 100-day. I was like, it's going to most likely bounce or get stuck right here at this 100-day. And it took a while, honestly. When I bought in, I bought the short again, right? We bounced right here and then started moving back up. I was like, you better not, bro. I was like, Solana, I will find you. And then she got scared, obviously, and started moving down. I'm just kidding. No, but she bounced, and I was like, oh, man, here we go. And I'm like just watching it like a hawk. My dog's like, I got to go out and use the bathroom. I'm like, you got to wait, bro. You have to wait. This is too intense. We start moving down. I was like, all right, I'll take you down now because we were on our way down. I'm like watching, and I ended up hitting this short for a 200% gain. So I literally made all my money back, even for the fees and everything for both transactions and stuff like that. So I was like, hell yeah, right? Wasn't even too mad that I could have wrote it down even more and probably made another 75% on that. I was like, who cares, right? I freaking throw money into that rug pull. Bam, I get hit, right? And then they took that, but I did make other trades down around these areas too, and I was, making small little trades and making money as well. So I'm sure I'm probably up for the day, but I just after that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna. It sucks because you want to throw money into some of these projects. You see how some of these people they throw $100 into some of these projects and they'll cash out $10,000 in like 5 minutes, so it's like you want it, there's money to be made on DeFi, but at the same time it's just like it's such a freaking gamble, and now these guys that are actually making these quick rug pulls, they have a lot of liquidity. Used to be, you go back, it used to be like on the last DeFi season, as long as they had at least like 50,000 liquidity, it was a legit project, right? Now these people have, like I said, the liquidity was at $200,000, which means they legit had $200,000 worth of USDC in the project of their own money sitting there, right? And they literally, I mean, like that's insane. You wouldn't think that some of these people had that kind of money. Well, if they're successful like this person was, because I was buying in, I was watching other people buying in $2,000-$3,000. I mean, like I was watching it when I went to go take a shower. I already was up probably like 5x, right? And I was like, nice. And I was like, I'm gonna come back. I was like, I hope it's not like this enormous red candle. Nope, no candle at all. It just said liquidity was pulled. Even worse, right? So I was just like, bro. All right, I'm not gonna keep bringing it up, guys. I'm not. Before I started the stream, I was like, I'm not even gonna talk about it, right? I don't even want to talk about it. But it is what it is. I just feel like someone literally just came and like took everything out of my pockets. So let's get back over to the chat, and I swear I'm done talking about my rug pull today. I won't talk about it until tomorrow. I'll talk about tomorrow's rug pull. So let's see here. Sean said small banks are getting liquidated. March 11th, Fed canceled loan programs. Metallica said, I doubt it's FUD. When has the government ever done anything positive for the people? Just be honest. And let's see, Crypto said, yeah, I got screwed on some, not going cap. Sean said liquidation. I'm sure you're talking about what I had going on. And Free, that's exactly what I said. Karma always comes back around. And I was like, I don't wish anything, I don't wish death on anyone, but sometimes it calls for it. No, just kidding. No, but it's just like, I don't know. Dude, you guys know, like, I could literally create a coin. I could do the same crap that they're doing. All of us, if you learn how to do it. I know the websites to do it. I know exactly how to do it. And I've told myself I will never do that. I will never do that because me personally, and I'm not just speaking, one thing I've always in my life is I don't like to lie, and I will not steal. I will not steal whatsoever. Right? I've tried to live like an honest life like that. So even if I knew I could get away with it, I honestly would not do it. And I'm telling you guys the God honest truth, because I just feel like, I do believe in what comes around goes around, one. But two, I know how it feels. Like I felt like violated, that someone literally just took, imagine, I'm talking about a small amount of money compared to what these other people were doing. Right? These other people were putting thousands of dollars in there. I can only imagine how they felt, right? So, it sucks. It really does suck, but you have to learn from it. And my learning is that I'm just not gonna I'm not gonna buy in on projects unless they're at least like been out for a few days, right? Rug pulls are usually gonna be really fast. They're gonna come in, they're gonna be usually in the hourly where they come in. And they're gonna be out, right? It sucks because you want to get into these projects before they're already up 17,000% in the last 6 hours. But I guess playing it safe and not being greedy is what it is, because greed's what really is driving me to try to get in to these projects extremely early. And that's the earlier you're getting into the project, the more higher risk it is for it to being some kind of a rug pull. So that's it, guys. Don't get me started again. Adam, what's going on, brother? Dai said, we will moon. We got plenty of time before happening. It's redemption arc. All right. And TJ said, I got rugged on a few. I throw like 50 at the most. I know, man. That's what happened, bro. That's what happened. It's exactly what happened to me today, bro. 50. I'm tripping about $50, right? But, I mean, it doesn't matter. Still, I'm just like, bro, you took my money. Ox was saying, had to stop by for a sec, about to head back to work. Hope your day goes good, fam. Stay safe. You too, Ox. Thank you so much for joining, brother. We really appreciate it. And let's see here. TJ said there's a lot of buy bots on Solana DeFi. Yeah, Solana, I'm taking a break on Solana's DeFi for right now, unless like I get word of a legit project, right? And Frank's coming in with the burrito. You know what, Frank? I ain't falling for it today, bro. I ain't falling for it today. After that whole rug pull, I don't even want a burrito right now, bro. Just kidding. Dai said, yo, go a wave trend on Milady and Bitcoin. And on the indicator, wave trend, oscillator, crip for daily and week on both. Hold on 1 second, Dai. Let me see something here. We might have a nice little trade forming here. So if you guys, I'm going to be getting a course started here soon for leverage trading. So I'm going to be showing you guys what I do to leverage trade. And I will say, as of today, out of probably about 7 trades, I only got liquidated out of 1. So I do have a solid track record right now. And I think I found something that really, really works. Just trusting my TA and watching. You guys can see, obviously, looking right now, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of stuff right now. You guys can see, so we have the simple moving averages right here. This is the 200-day. And you can see on the top is going to be the 100-day SMA. And you can see we've been getting real tight. It's been getting real tight. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be some kind of a breakout, because what we're doing is, you can see, look at this red candle. We are literally bouncing off the 200-day and getting rejected at the 100-day right here. And this is zoomed in on the 15-minute. So, I would love to, like right now, I would love to jump in on a short right now. I'd like to jump on, not a short, a long. I'd like to jump in on a long right now. Right now would be a pivotal spot. So let's just hypothetically say I jumped in on a long right there, right? I'm not going to actually do it because I don't have time. We're going to be looking at other charts. But look at that. Now, I will tell you, hypothetically speaking, not even hypothetically speaking, legit speaking, I'm trying to think of the right wordage here, but it takes like, so let's say you get your you have your the leverage, everything up, you put 100x or whatever. It takes probably 30 seconds for you to get into that trade, for the trade to open. So a lot of times you're going to jump in. We probably would have made it in about right here, right? So we would have probably made it in right here. Now, just this little candle that just formed, that probably would have been about a 30% move like that. Now remember, selling is going to take another 30 seconds. You see how fast this moves? So I probably wouldn't have had time to sell, but you guys can see. So now we were bouncing in between the 100 and the 200, right? 200 being down here, the 100 right here. Now you can see we're actually getting rejected on the 50-day right here. So you can see we're actually getting rejected at the 50-day. So I'm like curious to see what is going to happen right here. Now remember, we're speaking hypothetically. Remember, I opened up a long right here. Didn't really do it, but just saying, let's just pretend that I opened up a long right here, and we're going to see how this plays out. I'm going to go check out what Dai wants to look out, and we're going to come back and see if this would have played out or if I would have just got wrecked again. And I say again, I really didn't get wrecked today other than that rug pull. Everything else, I did really good. The one time I got liquidated, I showed you guys the move I made right after that and made everything plus. But you guys can see before I even, so remember, we jumped in on the long right here. We're doing 100x. So just these little candles, most likely from where it's at right now, I would probably be up about 30% right now. 30%, given you're going to pay you're going to pay a fee to jump into the position, and you're going to have to pay a fee to jump out of it. Usually it's like 1%, I think it is. So you can kind of, see, as far as like if you're going to do a 30% move, you're going to probably pay somewhere around 2 to 4% when it's all said and done for your buy-in and sell transaction. Now, again, you can see this thing is literally just moving in between this 200 and this 50-day moving average. I mean, just back and forth, back and forth. I honestly would probably be a little of a nerve wreck right now if I put a bunch of money in on that long, because two things. If I'd have put a bunch of money in that long, I probably would have easily sold out real quick and just picked up a 20% gain, right? Think about it. If I put $1,000 real quick, 20% of that $1,000, $200 within 30 seconds I would have made, right? So, I mean, instantly, I would have been perfectly fine with that. Now, if I would have put in something smaller, like let's say I threw in $100, 20% would have been $20, even though you're thinking within 30 seconds, $20, that's more than what you're going to get paid anywhere else. But look at that. I probably wouldn't have been liquidated on that little drop right there. Most likely, if I would have put in a long where I said liquidation would probably be somewhere around 86.50. Now, I'm speaking hypothetically. So we don't know for a fact if I would have been liquidated necessarily. Most likely not. But right now, I would be in the negative on my long right now. So in conclusion, probably right here wouldn't have been the best move as far as putting in a long, just because it's trading so tight right now. It's trading so tight. Like all day today, I have not seen where it's trading between the 100 and the 200 and the 50-day. It's been, you can see these candles that it's been doing all day today, right? Now it's just getting so fine, which just tells me there's most likely going to be some kind of a breakout here soon. One of these lines are going to break. We'll find out here in a minute. We'll find out. We'll come back. So, but I still would be technically in this open position right now if I didn't sell up here and I still haven't got liquidated. Liquidated, like I said, would be probably somewhere around this 86.55. So we'll monitor that and see. Now, let's see here. Dai wanted to go back to Milady, and he wanted me to look up the wave trend on Milady. So let's see here. Is that going to be an indicator's wave trend? Let me see. I'm going to have to get rid of the 200-day. Dai likes to use lagging indicators for his trading, which isn't terrible. I've never seen this indicator before. This isn't bad. You can see from what I'm looking at is usually you can see whenever we form green dots, we're usually about to be going on a run, is what it looks like. And then whenever we form red dots, it looks like, remember, these are lagging indicators, so it's not going to pop up beforehand. It's going to pop up after the fact. So you can see right here, whenever it forms this red dot, you can see we're like around this area. We were right here. You can see it started to go on the downward. Now, this isn't a bad indicator though. I like it. So let's see here. You wanted to look at the wave trend for the daily and the weekly. I'm sitting here looking at the freaking 45-minute. So this is going to be your daily right here. Definitely we're in the red. And look how this thing kind of called it. So you can see when we were on our pump. But what's crazy is, look, when we shot up, there was no green dots formed, right? No green dots were formed when we shot up. But there was a red dot that formed when we started to, after the fact, when we started moving down. You can see. Looking at the weekly, for whatever reason, there's nothing there. And I'm thinking it's just because this chart is, you got to remember, the weekly, look how small the chart is. So nothing's really even formed for the weekly. Who's curious to go back to Solana and see what's going on? I am. I would have. Oh, look at that candle. 86.55. I would probably have gotten liquidated there, guys. I probably would have got liquidated right there. Now, I don't know exactly what the numbers were. Honestly, I don't know what the numbers were as far as what the liquidation spots were, but I would say most likely I would have been liquidated right there. Whoa, crip. Bro, can we all just acknowledge Crip just sent a $50 super chat in, bro? Dude, you did not have to do that, brother, man. I thank you so much for that. I really do. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate that. Said, I appreciate your content. Rug pulls suck. Get yourself some more ladies. I will do that, bro. I'll put that 50 bones. I'm going to drop that right into ladies, dude. I thank you so much for that, dude. Thank you so much, man. Can't tell you how grateful I am for that, bro. And I hope that you stick along with the channel, and I hope you ride this wave with us on our way up to, to wherever we're headed with Milady. But thank you again for that, dude. I really appreciate that, man. And if there's anything you want to look at, I'm yours, bro. Let me know for sure. Damn, Dai said we're going to be smiling in 3035. Dai, I don't think any of us are going to be around in 3035, dude. I know, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing. Crip, again, brother, thank you so much for that, dude. Honestly, that's the biggest super chat I've gotten. That is the biggest one I've gotten, bro. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much. The other day I was watching Ben, remember BitBoy? I was watching Ben's stream the other day during the day. I had some time, and it was like the end of his stream, and someone dropped him $200, and they were like, asked him a question, and he didn't even, like, I don't know if he didn't see it or what, but someone dropped $200, and he was like, all right, guys, well, I'm ending the stream, and everybody was like, damn, because he just dropped, whoever it was, dropped $200 and asked him a question about a project, and he didn't even, I don't think he saw the super chat. And I was like, damn, bro. But it is what it is, man. Again, Crip, thank you so much for that, dude. I really appreciate that, bro. I thank you so much. So real quick, guys. Yeah, so that Solana move right there wouldn't have been good. Wouldn't have been a good move right there whatsoever. But it is what it is. It's all part of trading, right? It's all part of trading. Just like getting hit with rug pulls. It's all part of trading. Crip came through with the big super chat, bro. I'm still like pushed back from that, dude. I thank you so much, man. What was so it was the wave trend oscillator. I do like this I do like this indicator. I will tell you that. This is one of the better indicators I do like. Even though it is a lagging indicator, I do like it. So what we'll do is we'll start looking at this long term. We'll start looking at it, long term. But you got to remember, these are lagging indicators. So, as far as us looking at stuff like for today, like daily, I'd rather honestly look at the SMAs because it's really going to give you a little bit better a feel on what exactly are spots for support or resistance. But this is going to be your, short-term kind of TA. This is going to give you a little bit better indication of what the markets are actually doing for, maybe for whatever you have it on for the day or whatever the case is. So let's look up Etherscan real quick. And let's see. I highly doubt that there's been any extra wallets. We're at 17,603, so it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same as in yesterday. So, and looking at the top wallets, look at this. Something I've noticed. Now, you guys remember the other day? I wish I would have freaking screenshot it so we can actually kind of compare the two. Crypto.com still number one. Bitbot or Bybit still number two. But what's weird is this wallet right here that's a Crypto.com wallet has been steadily moving up. But it's actually, so you guys remember it was about 30%. So one of the bigger wallets has sold off is what it looks like. One of the bigger wallets that was up here around like 3rd or 4th place as far as wallets sold out. Because Crypto.com, this one was like number 5. And you can see they haven't moved as far as they're still holding about 30% in circulation right now. So I wonder, we should have freaking compared it and we could have been able to look up that wallet. But who knows? Let's look up this wallet and see what the hell this is. Are we able to look into it? No. I wish we were able to like look into these wallets and see exactly what it is. Who knows? Who knows? I can't wait till we look on here and we see a freaking Binance. That's when things are going to really be moving. Top trending. So when I don't even want to bring it up, but when and I hope you're still in here, Crip. When I actually jumped in on that project, I started looking at the trending for the day, right? And Honk was on here. This is a project that's on Solana's DeFi, and it was like going crazy. And I was like, you know what? I need to go and look and see if because what's funny is I was looking at Honk when it came out like 3 or 4 days ago, and I was like, I was like, I'm not even gonna buy into it. But I was just like, just looking at it. It was like one of 1,000 projects that just came out on the ecosystem. So I was like, But after I saw today, I was like, damn, that's what I need to do. I was like, I need to like just start putting money into some of these projects and hopefully they stick. So that's when I went and looked, for a project that's similar to something like this. But, obviously you guys know the end of the story for that one. Mana Network. Looks like it's one of the top trending for today. For the 7-day, it looks pretty bullish. Definitely looks pretty bullish. For the daily, it is starting to have a little bit of a cool off. You can see. What's Myro been doing? I remember. Now you guys remember a couple days ago I was telling you guys, not that Myro was gonna like go down to zero, but I said I guarantee Myro is gonna start cooling off because it seems to be the trend for a lot of these projects for in the DeFi, like Bunk, stuff like that, and obviously like Myro, where they'll come out so strong, it's pumping like crazy, and then after it gets to a certain point, Myro got up to about 200 something million dollar market cap, and then you can see it is struggling to get kind of back up there, but for the monthly, it still doesn't look bad at all. You can see the chart looks actually beautiful. It's when you start looking at the actual weekly and like the daily, you start looking at those and you can see that there is a downward trend starting for Myro. So, and you know what else we should look at too while we're talking about DeFi and stuff is, let me see here. I noticed that people that were asking me about Corgi AI, no one's been asking me about Corgi AI lately. You guys still looking at Corgi? Corgi's not doing terrible. I think we saw like the not the top of Corgi, but the top for right now, because you can see this thing has been kind of like it'll literally bleed out like crazy and then have like a burst of like where it just like goes crazy, shoots up like 100%, and then it kind of same thing, dies out, jump up 40%. Now you can see it died out. I mean, look at the chart. The thing looks like almost identical, but if you can see lower highs every time. So that just tells you that there's still people interested in Corgi AI. They're still watching it, but a lot of interest has shifted on. And I will tell you, for Chronos, look at the volume for Chronos. $2 million. It's ghost town. It's ghost town when you go compared to Ethereum at $1 billion. Binance at almost $1 billion. Solana, 400. Arbitrum, 350. Even Polygon at 100. You have all these ecosystems that are going crazy, and you have Chronos down at like $2 million. They need to bring some more excitement into Chronos ecosystem. They need to start bringing some more excitement. Just an update on that that long, I would have been liquidated to all hell. And I'm glad, and it's all still learning. I'm glad because you know what I'm learning is something when it's trading this small, where we saw where it's just bouncing off of this the 200 and the 50. That means, and I told you guys, something was probably going to happen, and it broke to the bottom. Now, I am watching now because today's local bottom is about $85. So if we can get anywhere near this $85, I'm 100% going to most likely open up a long. Now, what I like to do is I don't just monitor Solana. What I'll do is before I open up that long position, I will look at Bitcoin as well. I'll go and look at Bitcoin as well, because obviously Bitcoin's really going to tell you what's going on in the market. So, with Bitcoin looking, and you can see right here, you see how it's trading real fine. Bitcoin's most likely going to have some kind of a break here in the next probably hour or two, if not even that. You can see it's just trading in a very fine price range, right? Right here you can see at around 39.8. Yeah, right here, right? 39.8, 39,870 to be exact, and 39,950. So you can see it's trading within like $100 for Bitcoin, that's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. This thing's probably going to break out, and it's most likely going to be temporarily towards the downside just because that's what it's been doing recently, right? I highly doubt we're going to see some kind of a breakout right now, and we're going to shoot back up towards, plus $40,000. Could happen easily, but I highly doubt it for right now. So I will be monitoring Solana. I will be watching for it to see what we have going on. And now that it broke this 15-minute 200-day, look at it now. I switch over to the 30-minute, and look where the 200 is. Right down here at the 86.18. So Couple things I will look at is you guys can see the charts right here. Look at this. You see how it's been respecting this line all day today. Even though it's been moving towards the downside, for the most part, it's been respecting this line. So if we were to see some kind of a breakdown to where, like how it did this, like I was telling you before, today this was its low, 85 cents, 85.10. Anywhere around this area, I probably will try to catch some kind of a long position, because we're not going to, obviously it's not going to long and shoot back up to $95, but if you're leveraging 100x leverage, even if we bounce down to here and then just jump right back up to this 200A where we've been using as support, most likely will be resistance, will still probably be a solid 150% move on your profits. So definitely check that out. Now, Astra said, any thoughts on Dog with Hat? Yeah, lots of thoughts on Dog with Hat, honestly. I think it's a pretty dope project, but I think, let me see, is it still in the trending? Let's see here. Look what's trending. OnlyFans. These people. There's Hunk. Remember we were looking at Hunk a little while ago? It's like one of the top trendings. There's Dog with Hat. I was like looking to see if it was still in the top trending. So, Dog with Hat, I mean, looks good. Looks good. Remember yesterday's stream, I wasn't calling for it to break down, but what I was calling for was, I was saying we're going to have to watch it because it looked like it was forming a bear flag, which means what a bear flag is it's instead of a descending triangle or descending channel, it's a ascending, meaning it's heading up, right? So this is what a bear flag is, and a lot of times the bear flag will eventually play out towards the downside. Well, you can see it actually did not play out. It played out like if it was a bear flag, and you saw this breakout with Dog with Hat, it jumped up here towards the 41 cents. But since then, you can see, this is pretty much today. It had that nice breakout. You can see it's back trying to retest this 236 at around 37 cents right now. So it's technically at 38, but it bounced exactly on that 236 line. So I'm going to remove this bear flag that we had, because I remember yesterday someone asked me, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to draw this bear flag, and we'll see if it plays out. Doesn't always play out like that. I'd say probably 60% of the time, whenever you see a bear flag or bull flag, it'll usually play out. But there's always those different times, and this was one of them where it didn't play out like that whatsoever. But as far as the project itself, I was saying yesterday, if you're not already in the project, maybe have some patience. You might be able to find a spot like down here where you see it bounced a couple times, right here at the 382, which would be at about 30 cents. You might be able to jump in at around 30 cents and, and get in at a good price. Or if you do have some solid patience and you kind of wait it out, you might be able to find better pricing somewhere around the 0.5 or the 618. These are other spots where it's found some support. The 0.5 would be 24 cents, and the 618 would probably be around 18 cents. Now, what I will say is, if Dog with Hat bounces back towards its 618, I'm not saying the project's done with, but you might be seeing a serious cool down, and that might be a little bit of a red flag if we come back down and test this 618. We got to remember, people's attention spans in crypto are very short, right? Everybody's trying to jump in on these projects real quick, make their money, and move on. Especially when you get into like meme coins and DeFi. They're trying to jump in and jump out. So the fact that this project has seen massive explosion, I mean, it was up on its heyday probably at around almost $500 million in market cap, right? For a project that got released a few weeks ago on the DeFi and is almost everywhere, is a sign telling you that it really did big things, right? But what I'm saying is a lot of people have made their money, they've made their profits, and they could be moving elsewhere looking for that next Dog with Hat project. So all I'm saying is just be cautious. If it does maybe do a quick drop down to 618, if this is a project you still believe in, go for it, right? Not financial advice, but I'm just saying, you might end up buying in at the 618 and might see a nice little bounce, but it might continue to keep retesting that 618 and maybe come back down towards these levels that it originally started at. So just be very cautious out there. Like I keep telling you guys, with the DeFi, with a lot of these projects, especially right now, the whole market's really not going crazy like pumping. You have to be very careful because a lot of people are making their profits and they're moving on. They're moving on fast. So, but definitely respect Dog with Hat. Definitely been doing some big things. I always respect a project that comes out, is on the DeFi and it just does some crazy numbers and they make it to like the bigger, the bigger like exchanges and stuff like that. I'm sure Dog with Hat's probably on. Let's look it up on here. I'm sure Dog with Hat's probably on trading on some bigger exchanges now, other than like Radium and Jupiter on. So it's on. Look at that. It's on. What is this again? I forgot what it's actually called. HTX, but isn't it like Huey or something like that? I think it is. But you can see it's on KuCoin too. Look at that. KuCoin always drops projects. Like they don't miss out on any meme coins whatsoever. But in Gate.io, same thing. So you can see Dog with Hat made it to a lot of your mid base, exchanges right now, other than like Radium. Radium's going to be your big swap on Solana and Jupiter as well. And Orca. Can you guys living in the States, can you guys use Orca? Every time I click into Orca on my DeFi wallet, it tells me that it's not supported in my jurisdiction. I was like, damn it. I know what you guys are going to tell me, get a VPN. I know. But I'm just saying, for whatever reason. So Marlon said, hi everyone. Hi. I see that Corgi AI is up a little bit today. Yeah. I mean, it's having a little bit of a bounce. It is having a bounce for sure today. But was going to say, with Corgi AI, it kind of drops down and then it'll have a bounce and then it goes right back down to where it was, Let's see here. If I missed anybody's stuff, let me know. Cryptographer said, Chronos is a sleeper market cap wise. Got 100K bag of it. I just, let's see here. I trust it'll get to $1 in a couple years. Crow has the most institutional acceptance. So I will tell you, I have always been a believer of Crow and Chronos. That's why I tell you guys. You have to know I have some similarities or some kind of a passion for Chronos because you can see I'm looking at Corgi AI. I bring up the volume on Chronos. My first DeFi session back in 2021 when we were in DeFi season around there was strictly Chronos. Was 100% Chronos. I still use Crypto.com's DeFi wallet for Solana. If you guys see, they just released a bunch of ecosystems on their DeFi wallet. So now you can swap over to not just Chronos, but you can go over to Ethereum, Binance, Polygon, Arbitrum, Solana. I mean, there's like probably 15 different ecosystems that you can actually, swap your wallet on. You're going to have a different address whenever you do the swap. So just make sure you guys understand that. But for me, I'm a big believer in Chronos. I actually was looking when you go on Crypto.com, you go on you're using their exchange. I went on to Crows and I went and looked from 2021. You know how much I swapped back and forth, buying and selling for DeFi and everything, like 50K. Doesn't mean I made 50K, but I'm saying like from buys and sells back and forth, I did transactions. It was almost $50,000 I was doing, and it was because I was buying religiously on a bunch of Crow because I was using it to swap like crazy on the DeFi, or whenever I sold, on DeFi, because there was a couple projects I made, some solid bread on DeFi, that I bought in early or whatever the case is, and I was selling, swapping it back into Crow, sending it back over to my Crow, wallet. I would usually I'd either swap it back into USDC, or if Crow was down, I'd actually take it in Crow, because I'd have like 5 or 10 grand in Crow, and I'd rather it sit like that, because then if I got in on Crow, let's say Crow at the time was at like 5 to 7 cents, I was like, I'm gonna keep it in Crow because it's gonna probably go up. Like it's up now up to like around 9 or 10 cents. So I was like, shit. Instead of me holding it in USDC, I was like, I don't mind holding it in Crow, because I know long term, it's gonna probably, that just me holding on to Crow from those profits will probably end up doubling my money anyway. So big believer in Crow as well, and Chronos. I would love to see. That's what I'm saying. I want to see them bring more light into the DeFi, because I want to see them, I want to see that volume back up to $50-100 million daily, because I love trading on Chronos. I feel safer, and I feel just more comfortable trading on Chronos, honestly, to be honest, for their DeFi. BP said, well, hold on a second, I'm missing Dai. Dai said it will go down to 0.2. Chronos for sure. WIF will double bottom. WIF will break out. You see, we're still on WIF right here. You can see it's making a little W pattern right now. So we're probably going to see it probably break up towards most likely that 40 cent mark. Most likely. BP said, yo, I'm late, but better late than never. Let's go, Milady gang. We are here live. Hit that like from my boy. I appreciate that, brother. We're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good on likes. So I appreciate that. And let's see here. Astra said, thanks. Yeah, no problem. No problem. And let's see here. Dai said, look at daily and weekly for WIF. Let me see if I can pull up. Wow. Hold on here, guys. Where was look at this. Remember I told you I would have bought a long right here? Look at that. Probably look at that. It's been respecting this 200-day all day, and you can see this is where I was saying I would have probably opened up a long, and you can see just from where we're at, right, from where it was to where it's at right now, and it's moving. It's most likely going to bounce its head. Can you guys guess it? Where it's been bouncing its head is right here, but from this long that would have been open right here, this probably would have been probably a 3 or 4x of your profit on 100x leverage trading. Not too bad right there. Not too bad. So let's see here. Dai asked, let's look at WIF on the daily and the weekly. Let me see, is WIF actually on? There it is right there. Nice. They made it to the big leagues. They're finally on TradingView. Nice. So WIF, now remember, Dai, before I even pull this up, looking at the daily, remember, this chart is not very big. This chart's not very big, so you can see. It's on here, but you can see for the daily, the bottom for the daily is going to be at that 20 cent mark. I don't really like looking at the daily, and the weekly is going to be even worse. Look at that. I'm going to tell you what Dog with Hat's going to do. Looking at the hour, what's weird is looking at here, it was forming a W, right? It kind of, tried to break out a little bit. But looking back at here, you can see it's been respecting. This is the 20-day, this is the 20-day SMA moving average. Look, it's been just respecting it, bouncing. It's most likely going to come back and bounce at this 20-day right here, somewhere around 37 cents. It already dropped down to 37.1. That could be what I'm talking about right there, but it's most likely going to continue to hover around this 20-day, because like you said it's overextended. I would say possibly because it did a nice little breakout right here up to 40 cents, and now it's starting to retrace and kind of getting back towards that 20-day SMA. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some kind of a drop, coming down towards this lower 37 cents, and then maybe, just riding it parallel. But I mean, as far as what it looks like right now, definitely still looks bullish, because you can see for the hourly, all the simple moving averages are all under the price action right now, which is a bullish sign, right? You can see on the way down, all the SMAs are going to be on top of it, right? Running parallel. Well, it flipped, and now they're all running on the bottom of the price action. So as long as this thing does a confirmation like it was, and it bounces off this 20-day, somewhere around the lower 37 cents, this thing's probably going to continue to ride up for sure. So did I lose audio? Oh, no. Oh, that was just my Bluetooth connection. Oh, I was like, oh crap. Been talking for the last like 10 minutes. Isn't that funny? Sometimes when I watch George, I Am George, he just goes mute, but he's on camera, so you can see him talking. See, if I go mute right now, you guys are gonna be like, "Is he still here?" You're not, because I'm not on camera right now. But when he's on camera, you see him just talking, and everything is on mute, and it's so funny. The chat's like muted times 1,000, just muted, and he's not even looking at the chat. He's just going off, right? He's just talking, and then he's like, comes back, he's like, "Oh shit." Because he knows he has to repeat everything he just said for the last like 7 minutes of him running on mute. So funny. So Gene asks, or hold on real quick. Crip asks, just a matter of time till Binance gets hit by the SEC and Crow absorbs them like Kirby cartoon. You think, honestly, like, I don't know. We'll have to see how that works. I see your logic there because Crypto.com is big internationally, right? So I see your logic there. Internationally, they're a big exchange, right? And I think they're a damn good exchange, honestly. Other than their spread when you try to sell like $5,000 worth of stuff, they're going to hit you with like a $500 charge, to buy and swap. I'm not too fond of that, but I know they got to make their money, and I appreciate them giving me access to a lot of the projects, but that's a whole nother story. But I see what you're saying. As far as internationally, if Binance gets taken out or has some kind of a hit from the SEC, maybe it's going to be a new contender. Who knows? I think that Binance is so strong that they could take the SEC on and probably still survive. Honestly, I do think they'll still survive. Now, remember during the last bull run, Crypto.com bought the they bought the big super center, the sports center over in LA where the Lakers play, and then you saw in every UFC fight there was, Crypto.com, logos everywhere. They were doing good with promotion. I think in this next bull run, they need to start it up again, right? They need to start it up again and really get the word out there again, because a lot of people are going to be flooding back during this next bull run, and they're going to be looking for exchanges really to look for. So if Crypto.com can really take advantage of that, they can bring in a lot of people and also and that'll bring more investors into the DeFi. But they need to do something because DeFi has shriveled up into ghost town for them. And it's not, you go back 6 months and you're like, well, all DeFi is really just, nothing's going on with DeFi. No, now you can see like Arbitrum just dropped 7 months ago and they're already like one of the top 3. Solana's going crazy. Binance is still going crazy. Ethereum's always going crazy for DeFi. So DeFi, there's still a lot of money all through DeFi. It's just, you got to be relevant now. There's not just 5 exchanges anymore. Now there's 47 different exchanges that you can, go into the DeFi, the DeFi ecosystem. So, you got to be more relevant is what I think they need to do. They need to really get the word out there, and they need to encourage people to build on their ecosystem like Solana really has been doing in the last few years. So, yeah, Binance, you can't do anything with Binance in America, right? Wrong. Because you can still use VPN, and I'm not saying to do that or anything like that, but you can still use VPN and still trade in America easily right now. So they haven't really taken them out yet. But you guys here, they are looking into banning VPNs as well in America. They're looking into banning that. So, we'll have to see how that one goes, because that's just, I don't use a VPN. I don't have any issue using it. I don't have any need to use it right now. But, if I was wanted to make sure I was on Binance, then that would be a way around it for sure. So let's see here. If you utilize your fiat wallet, you don't get dinged with charges on Chronos. Really? So you're saying, so like if I would have, because I was talking about like an ICP, I just sold when ICP jumped up to $10. I sold on the actual crypto.com app. I should have sent everything to my DeFi and sold it on DeFi. Are you saying the charges are less on DeFi? I'm pretty positive they are, but it's good to know whenever, because I'm always thinking about, man, because I'm holding a bunch of Milady, I'm like, bro, if I get up to like a $1 million bag on Milady, these people are going to be literally taking like 200 grand from me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take that. Yeah, Marlon said they bought the naming rights for sure, and that was a smart move for sure. I mean, they need to continue and look at other avenues to keep them relevant for sure. Now, only a ramp for us based users is CRIP and CB. But the problem is CRIP on ramp for fiat withdrawals having problems. So Marlon said they can't ban VPNs. Corporations in America uses them for remote workers to mass location. I believe that, but they're not really. They're looking for us retail. They're really looking. Honestly, they're really looking at people like us, like that use for crypto and stuff like that. They want to make sure they can ban. Like in New York, you can't even use certain exchanges because they have so many freaking laws. You can't even use like certain exchanges. So imagine people have to use VPN just to trade what's legal right across the state line over somewhere else. So that's what I think they want to do is for like retail people like us. They want to make sure, I don't know if it's a control thing, but they want to make sure that they limit access on stuff that they don't want. If you're in a certain jurisdiction, they don't want you having access to it. So, but corporations will always be able to get around that for sure. Craig said Coinbase is easy to withdraw on. I feel like Coinbase's charges are they feel like they're a little bit less than what crypto.com is. Crypto.com's freaking charges are a little much, when you start getting up there, selling stuff for $5,000 or $10,000 transactions. Like it's a little bit, it's a little bit up there where you're like, damn, dude. Like you look at what you have right before the sale, and then you look at what you got after the sale, and you're like, holy crap! Like someone just freaking made a weekly paycheck off of that right there. Let's go back and look at what Solana's doing. Look at that. So that was the move right there, grabbing that long. I'll probably take it easy and not do any transactions today. So look at that. So that was the move right there because it bounced off this 200. And you can see since then we did have a nice move where it broke out slightly above this 20-day, right? But then it got rejected. And now you can see the 50-day slicing through. I'm going to change these colors. They always use colors that are so similar. So whenever you're like looking, I get like confused on what the hell is going on here. So you can see this 100-day came in. So we were respecting this 200-day as we were kind of on our downward move. But you can see this 100-day came in, and it started respecting the 100-day. We broke the 100-day briefly down to this 200. That's why I said that's a good long position right there. Sure enough, we bounced up towards this towards the 50-day. So remember, it was the 100 and the 50-day. Now I remember, and you can see we are sitting in between now. It's even getting more tight. You can see now we're sitting literally between the 100 and the 50 day. Before we were trading between the 200 and the 50. Now we're trading literally between the 50 and the 20 day. I wonder what the hell is going to happen here. I wonder. I'll have to keep monitoring that. So I guess we'll do a recap of what's going on and what we had going on today. So really, nothing too crazy for today, right? You guys look at the daily, and there's a couple projects that have broken out. You can say like IOTA, probably the biggest one at about 16%. This is the top 100, but most of the projects today sitting in the red. Nothing too crazy, right? Today was kind of just one of those days where it was kind of just a stagnant, boring day, consolidation, whatever you want to call it, but everything really did stay the same. Let's actually look at the 24-hour for the top 100, and you can see this is actually not the top 100, but the top 24-hour dog with hats up 20%. Chills is up 15. IOTA, like we looked at. Let's see here. Pretty much that's it. Nothing different from what we saw in the bubbles. So, I mean, the markets today kind of just like, nothing too crazy going on, but doesn't matter. It doesn't take us off our plan. We know at the end of the day, if you're here for Milady, we know what's going to happen for Milady with the market cap of $39 million. We're definitely going to have some solid moves coming up here soon. Hopefully we can see this market really start livening up, and we can start moving towards the upside. Like I keep telling you guys, every stream I keep telling you guys, we're going to continue to kind of sit in this same little channel that we're in right now. We might see these dramatic little drops for Bitcoin particularly, and I'll go to Bitcoin. We might see these little dramatic drops, but we are sitting above. Remember we were coming down, I was like, this is going to be the first spot for some support. Second spot's going to be this spot right here at 39.48. Well, we did break it obviously about a day ago, whatever it was, yesterday at 38.5, but we quickly did move above it, and you can see we have bounced and found some support on this. So whenever we get word that the sell pressure is pretty much done, and I'm talking about the big institutions, I feel like we're at least going to retrace and definitely come up and retest this 40,600. Hopefully it's going to be within this next week or two. We'll test it. Might need to test it a few times before we break it over to support, but like I keep telling you guys, everything's fine. Everything is still on track for a nice bull run running into 2024, possibly into 2025. Remember what I said, every time we start running up into these bull runs, we've already looked at it many times. Every time we run up on the bull run, we're going to have these dramatic drops every time, right? 30%, 25%. 20%, but we make new highs every time. So we're just kind of in a little limbo right now, but we will get back up and running. We'll get back up and moving towards the upside. All I can say is if we keep continuing to see these little dips, and like today, really wasn't nothing crazy, right? But yesterday, I think when we dropped down towards this 44, I definitely took advantage of that and added to my bag. And if we see any more of those dips, I will continue to add to my bag, because I know in the long run, we're going to start moving back up, and Milady is going to explode. It's going to be fast. And like I always tell you guys, the number one thing that we always are going to say in the bull run is I should have bought more. So, obviously everybody's got different financial situations, but if you're able to, not financial advice, just keep adding to your bags for whatever your favorite projects are. Patience will pay off. It will pay off good for us all. So let me just make sure, we're all good, you guys. Let's see here. Just making sure Dia and Crip are done speaking. I know you guys were talking about some withdrawals and stuff like that. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I think we had a successful stream today. Nothing crazy. I want to say big shout out to everybody that came in, but a special shout out to Cryptographer. Thank you again for that big super chat. I really do appreciate that, brother, man. Thank you so much for it. I really do appreciate the support for the channel. Thank you, every single one of you guys. CM, thank you so much for telling everybody to smash some likes. We did pretty good. We're up to almost 30 likes. Thank you guys so much for everything. And listen, we will be back here tomorrow. Like I said, guys, we've been having boring days, but it's all part of you know, this game that we are in, crypto, right? But we're gonna have some excitement, and it's gonna be good days ahead of us. So you guys be ready. You guys get ready, because we're gonna be partying some of these streams when we're up. I'm gonna put some music in the background, and we're gonna have a little dance contest. All right, so you guys be ready. But till then, I hope you guys have a great night tonight. Thank you so much. And if you have it on your way out, hit that like, hit the subscribe, so you know whenever we do go live. Every day, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, around that time, all right? Again, you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Crip, thank you so much again for that 50, bro. I appreciate that, man. You guys have a good night. See ya.